Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Last time we became the Lord of the Shadows or something like that, Shadow Lord. We have our mansion here. We've got all the shadow demons on our side now, so we are now the Master of the Shadows, which is really awesome. And looking at what we have to do, we have some conversations that we have to go do, which I think is where we were going. I think we also had Articula. I thought we had something that needed us to go to this one, Find Zephorian. Yeah, so we need to go to the lower city anyway. So we're gonna head to the Nexus, talk to Woljif and Solciel, and see what they are up to. I think the nearest portal back is in the brothel. Let's go in here. To the brothel. Excuse me. Alright, so back to the Nexus. And it's Woljif first, I think. Well, yeah, I think Woljif is the first one we'll see. Solciel's further back in the cave, I believe. Oh, Woljif isn't looking at you. His tail twitches nervously from side to side. Chief, Woljif scratches the back of his head, painstakingly choosing each of his words. I went someplace, you see. To an abandoned mansion. It's in the upper city, not far from Nocticula's palace. You can't miss it. What do you mean you went to an abandoned mansion? So you're trying to betray me again and run away? What do you mean? Well, I walked, used my feet. You know, that's how people walk. Woljif shifts his feet back and forth like he's dancing on hot coals. I woke you up. We're not complete strangers, you know? I need this, Chief. I've been thinking a lot here. About myself and you and the moon of the abyss and... Yeah, alright, I'm lying. I didn't think. I tried not to think. Only the shadow started talking to me. Even when I didn't want it to. It told me where to go. Said I needed to come to terms with who I am. But maybe I don't want to understand. Maybe I'm better off being kept in the dark. Woljif takes a small breath. I already know who I am. I'm a poor thief and a loser. Born at the wrong time in the wrong place with the wrong people. But I want to be stronger, you know? I'm used to this moon of the abyss, and if it can give me even more power, I'll take it. Otherwise, this Votia will keep bothering me till the end of my days, and everyone will keep kicking me around. I know I'm kind of in your gang, I mean, your party, and that helps things, but it can't keep going like this forever, you know? Everything's gonna fall apart someday, and party will fall apart too. I need this power. Wait, your shadow spoke again? What exactly did it tell you? Woljif takes a breath. Here in the abyss, the shadows become completely different. It crawls out when it wants and makes sense when it talks. It says I got an inheritance, some power that can get rid of Votia once and for all. I'll get it if I go to Igfelis's old mansion in the upper city. And there's riches in it too. I'd never turn down a chest of gold, you know? Can I speak to the shadow? Yeah, no problem. Woljif concentrates, trying to summon the shadow, but nothing happens. No, it's not working. It's like my shadow doesn't want to come out. Stubborn as a mule it's gotten, you know? It could be dangerous. I'm coming with you. It's your inheritance, so deal with it yourself. I'm coming with you. Woljif's head shoots up. What? No, Chief, it's my business. I'll figure it out myself. I just told you because I don't know why. I wanted to tell you. I already dragged you into a mess with Vodio. Just think of it as an apology, you know? But no more. If you want to come congratulate me once I've gotten the power, you should come. But I'll do it myself. I don't want to get used to always running off to someone else as soon as I need help. It's not normal. Friends don't abandon each other in difficult situations. I want to go with you. Would I say that? I wouldn't really say this. I think Manarek is interested in seeing this demonic power that he is inheriting. So maybe this is a bit of a lie, right? The whole friends part. But he doesn't want to go with. Friends? Oh, come on. Wojo turns away in embarrassment, trying not to grin. You know, I don't believe in stuff like that. Come on then. If you're so desperate, you can stand and watch. You can act like you're my bodyguard if you want. I don't mind. Here we go. Listen. The cleric speaks quietly, yet with unusual resolve. I found out there's a slave trader at the local markets. A demon in a black mask. I might be grasping at straws here, but what if he's the same demon that kidnapped Trevor? Let's go there and ask him some questions. Demon in a black mask? What are you talking about? Do you remember those soldiers who fought for the Hell Knights? They told me that a demon in a black mask was the one who took Trevor. They thought the monster had just killed him, but we know there's a slave trade here. What if the demon brought my brother down here to sell him? What are you going to do? I don't know. Right now, I only have this unreliable lead and lots of unreasonably high hopes. If this demon really is the one I'm looking for, if he still remembers who brought Trevor, or who bought Trevor, if Trevor is still alive, let's start with a simple conversation. We'll listen to what the demon has to say, then decide what to do next. Are you sure you still want to find Trevor? You may not like what you discover. Socio looks down. I have long accepted that whatever happened to Trevor couldn't have been good. I still want to know his fate. If he's in prison, I will set him free. If he's dead, I will at least be able to pray for his soul's peaceful rest. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. Okay. So we are going to rest here, because we do have somebody on death's door. I think it's Nenio. Yeah, some old wine's fine. Give us that scroll too.
You're a good man, Soziel. But I'm tormented by thoughts of how I would have broken you, how I would have destroyed you and mocked your goodness. I feel like I've wronged you.
I know. The old Urushule would have done those things. But you are a different person. I can see that. I trust you.
No. Sickening. We'll see how they react to Manarek ruining their lives in the upcoming quests. That's gonna be heartbreaking for Urushule. And for Socio. I do like Socio. Okay.
Move out.
So we're gonna go to the slums first. And deal with Zephyrian? Something like that. But we are gonna bring... We'll bring Soziel with us first, since we are kind of doing Battle Bliss stuff. We're going to the Bad Luck Tavern, the Art of Making Friends. I'm pretty sure as long as we don't go and meet Nocticula, this chapter will go on for quite a bit longer. Alright. Buff us up. Is there anywhere in particular we need to go for this? Find traces. Oh, yeah. Gather rumors among the beggars. Didn't you have something? The red mask? Get lost. I'm looking for drinking companions. Do you know who I'm looking for? Do you know a pirate named Kurz? Scoffing in disdain, the sorcerer smiles scornfully. Heavy Aeronaut of the Midnight Isles knows that bloodthirsty animal. He's an ignoble and filthy scoundrel who revels in the depth of his own moral failings. Back on Galarian, even the Shackles pirates, who are usually at each other's throats, unite to hunt down degenerates like him and hang them from the yard. Crooks like him don't belong on a ship's deck. The right place for them is behind bars, or with a noose around their necks. Alright. I'm looking for Zephyrian. Do you know where he is? The name sounds familiar. I'll try to remember it when I have a moment. You'll have to excuse me, I'm terribly busy right now. That's the life of an innkeeper, you know. Can't have any distractions or you'll forget your customers' orders and go out of business. Oh, your order. See, I almost forgot. Here's your rare liquor. That'll be 100,000 gold coins. Smirking, the demon nods at the glass in front of you. No. The demon nods in understanding and smiles, but his face twitches. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay 100,000 gold coins for that. Are you kidding me? Has to be another way. How about you? Where is he? How much money do I have? I only have 340,000 gold.
Head on.
That has to be another way. Like, what if you didn't have that much money? Like, that's not an insignificant amount considering how many really awesome items there are in this place. The beggar raises his eyes to you, his gaze clouded by a dull anger. What you want? Who are you? A beggar screwed over by fate. Can't you see for yourself? Tell me what you need or piss off. How can I find Zephyrian? Eh? Who? Who's that? Never heard of anyone by that name. And if anyone had heard of him, they won't be telling you anyway. You might find a beggar in the lower city who wouldn't be willing to chat with you. But before you find him, you'll have worn through those nice boots of yours. That's one good pair of boots. It'd be a shame if you'd ruined them. How about you just give them to me instead, eh? Maybe a small donation would jog your memory? You know what? Better be on your way now. I don't need no money and no shady deals with you. I don't want to know who you're looking for. Yeah, get lost. Look for this for that freak you're looking for somewhere else. If you want him that bad, ask around. Maybe someone saw him, but leave me alone. Can't beg with you hanging around. Not looking good. Find someone among the beggars who has information about Zephyrian. I'm not paying the 100,000 gold. I will wear my boots out. Alright, let's go down here. Open sesame. There's another beggar. What do you want? I want answers. Any beggars down there? I don't see any. Okay, let's go this way. There we go. What you want, piss off? These damn beggars, they're being difficult. Oh, there's a lot of beggars. One of them has to know. Really? Is this really? Am I really gonna have to pay 100,000 gold? Oh, here we go. The beggar unleashes a stream of angry curses. Look at this stupid Galarian strutting around and pestering everyone with his stupid questions. Can't even beg for alms and peace. What do you want? You doing this for laughs? There's not a beggar in the lower cities you haven't harassed. What was it you wanted to know again? Come on, ask away then piss off. Have you heard of Zephyrian? Well, maybe there was a fella by such a name. Or maybe there wasn't. I don't know. And the others don't know either. What's your problem with us? Go ask around in the middle city. You can even search for him in Shamira's dark hole for all I care. Just leave me alone. Or us alone. Do you know where I can find him? Yes or no? I don't know. And no one else knows either. Just leave us alone. Go ask the man in charge. Maybe he knows where Zephyrian of yours is. If he doesn't, then no one does. As soon as you see our gang, start asking around. Our boss never walks by himself. He always has a crowd with him. Who are you? A dog of war. Mutilated and deprived of everything I had by the cruel Mendev Crusaders. Care to spare a coin? You don't seem too willing to share any information. Why should we tell you anything? Who are you to demand answers from us? Just strutting around, badgering everyone, getting in the way of good, honest begging. The only information I have for you is where you can shove your stupid questions. I have to go. I'm guessing this is your gang? There we go. The dead eyes of the beggar watch you closely. They hold out their hands and repeat with well-practiced enthusiasm. Spare a coin, stranger. Do you know where I can find Zephyrian? The vagrants start to confer noisily, speaking at length in their beggar patois? From time to time, they raise their voices and point at you. They don't even give you any useful answers. Perhaps they're just discussing the odd stranger recently arrived in their slum. Look closely at the crowd of beggars. Does anyone know Zephyrian? Some of the beggars seem to prick up their ears at your words. Noticing that you are looking directly at them, they reluctantly stand. You definitely manage to draw the vagrants' attention, but they do not appear to be in a hurry to share any information with you. Knowledge world. Grab the nearest beggar and shake him until his teeth rattle. Answer me now. Does anyone know Zephyrian? Study the reaction of the beggars' faces. Yeah, I like that one. One of the beggars draws your attention. Despite the pitiful rags covering his scabbed body, he holds himself a little more erect than the others. And a dirty but obviously expensive ring sparkles on his hand. Unlike the others, he looks at you without interest or greed, but with arrogant indifference. The leader of the beggars realizes you figured him out, but he continues to examine you with an indifferent look. His tightly pressed lips indicate he will not simply give you the information you seek. Politely bow before the leader of beggars. Would you be so kind as to tell me where I can find Zephyrian, esteemed leader of these poor lost souls? Address the beggar leader. Tell me where Zephyrian is immediately, or I'll start cutting you to pieces. Trickery. Shake the beggar's hands and steal his ring. I can tell you're in charge here. If you want your ring back, tell me where I can find Zephyrian. Now he's getting annoyed. Let's intimidate him. The demon's stone countenance continues to radiate contemptuous indifference, but his widened eyes indicate that your threat made an impact. The demon speaks in a deliberately harsh tone to compensate for his loss of face. No one should lay a hand on the beggars of Elutionera. Fate has already ruined us, scattering our lives in the most capricious ways. Anyone who dares to hurt us casts doubt on the ingenuity and maliciousness of fate. You're trying to commit a blasphemous act, and I can't allow it. The beggar leader picks at his ear with his knobby, dirty-nailed finger, then says, A filthy pile of garbage once named Zephyrian begs at the entrance to the Battle Bliss, the gladiator arena. That's where you'll find him. Awesome. We didn't have to spend any money. That's what I like to see. Huh? Oh, that trap's up there. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Alright, up to the Battle Bliss. Climb to the rooftop. Done! Okay. Zephyrian. This him? Nope. That's him. The vagrant is repulsive, even by the standards of the Abyss. His lumpy, scarred face makes you think he was put through a meat grinder, then shaped back into a semblance of his former body, and left to live out his life. His tall and once impressive figure has been shattered. His arms are covered in the protruding lumps of unset bones that were left to heal improperly. The beggar is clad in many layers of dirty, smelly rags, onto which hundreds of keys are sewn, from tiny toy box keys to a giant cast iron key that bows the demon's neck almost to the ground. So, you're looking for Zephyrian? He's long dead, but that doesn't seem to be stopping you. Well, so what do you want to know with a dead man? Zephyrian, the master of lies and trickery. I remember fighting him. What do you know about the hindering crystals? There's a tale told in Lucianira, a tale about crystals that grant immense power. But what exactly are they, and from where do they draw this power? No one seems to know. I've seen something like it only once before. I found the first crystal on the Isle of Asglar, and it seems useless to me. It contained a great deal of power, but it was of no use whatsoever. I meant to give it to my patron, as he would have found a way to use it, but I never had the chance. Some feeble mortal mage managed to steal the crystal from me. He locked himself in a tower, examined the crystal, studied it, and managed to find some use for it. But he was under Nocticula's protection, so I never tried to hunt him down. We saw that story. Yep, that's the storyteller. The demon grins unpleasantly. I bet you're thinking I'm just going to tell you the name you seek and then you can rush off to have a chat with that mage. Not a chance. The mage wasn't a demon. He was a mortal who served Nocticula's arcane needs back in the day. Kicked the bucket long ago. All that's left of him is the tower in the upper city, locked and protected by magic. Many have tried to get inside it in the hopes of stealing something of value, but their remains rotted long ago. No use talking about them now. But you're curious now. You'd like to have a poke around at that tower, wouldn't you? Perhaps you could find something of use in there, yes? Zephyrian digs one of the keys out of his rags and hands it to you carefully. When I ruled Lucianira, I made sure I had a key for every hideout and tucked away nook in the city. You never know when they might come in handy. This one unlocks the tower, but be careful. It's filled with traps. Licking his terrible, sore-covered lips, the incubus meets your eye, his expression beseeching. You're giving me this key just like that. Giving his suddenly dry lips another lick, the incubus throws you a pitiful look. Yeah, I could have refused to help you, or not warned you about the traps so you'd get killed in the tower. But I played fair with you, so now you'll play fair with me. Could you put in a good word for me the next time you speak to Nocticula? I made a mistake when I betrayed her and got involved with her brother. But I've learned my lesson. The one she replaced me with is plotting and conspiring as much as I ever did. Perhaps Nocticula will take me back into her good graces? I would repay her with my loyalty, true loyalty. The last word takes a lot of effort, as if the incubus were forcing it out of his throat. With his desperate glance at you, the demon starts to babble incoherently. Please put in a good word for me. I did help you. Honestly, put in a good word, would you? The Isle of Vasglar. Where's that? Yes, Vasglar. A wild place. An island in Ishiar. Deserted. No one really cares about it. I had a secluded lair there when I kept all sorts of nasty tricks for Nocticula. Anyone who'd found my den could have made a tidy profit. But not so long ago the island sank unexpectedly. No point trying to go looking for it anymore. Why are these crystals called Nahindrian? Who knows? It's a whim of fashion. The thing is, they're not actually Nahindrian at all. Nahindri was a demon lord, the master of treasures, dungeons, and shiny trinkets. If he'd had crystals such as these, I really doubt Nocticula would have been able to kill him all those centuries ago. Back then, they were just called purple crystals. You're lying to me. The incubus flinches. Me? Lying? I might have lied to someone else, but you are my chance to get out of this cesspit. I even told you about the traps. I beg you, talk to Nocticula and convince her to take me back into her entourage. I'll pay. I'll work for you. I'll owe you. Share your knowledge with me. Throwing a strange look at you, the incubus nods with surprising deference. Ask whatever you want. This city once belonged to me, along with all its secrets. What did you do to fall so low? I was overly hasty. I had power back then, and it grew with every passing day. Lamashtu's belch, I was just a step away from becoming more powerful than Nocticula and toppling her from her throne. And why not? After all, that's exactly how she got where she is now, after she took down that toothy old freak Variavaxis. I was about to start my coup, even found a powerful patron, Sakath Benoth, Nocticula's brother, who held a serious grudge against her. But before I had time to start, that sly mortal mage stole an important thing from me. A thing that could have shifted the balance of power. And then that red-headed little bitch learned about my plans. She turned me into Nocticula, and she struck before I could. I fell, and the red-headed harlot took my place. Ah, Shamira. I would have strangled you the moment you appeared in the abyss. Or I should have. What do you think of Elutionira today? It's the same pile of crap it was when I was in charge. Here in the Abyss, everything changes constantly, but nothing really changes at all. I could tell you how much better the city was when I ran things, but it would be a lie. Back in my day, it was no different. Just as I did, Shamir rules this crazy lot with an iron fist, subduing them through terror and violence. It doesn't take a genius to do that. You just need to be absolutely ruthless and have enough power to be able to drown any insolent scum in his own blood. Actually, it can be done by any brainless Descarite, who can crush mountains but can't count how many corpses are impaled on his spiky claws. Any advice? The demon responds with fervor, the words positively bursting out of him. Do not trust anyone. And once you ascend high enough, be especially suspicious of the unexpected gifts that will suddenly start being showered upon you. No one here does anything without a reason. With a bitter chuckle, the incubus makes an obvious effort to stem this outpouring of hard-won knowledge. You've fallen low. So low. I'm leaving. Yeah, he's not worth my time. With a malicious grin, the incubus croaks hoarsely as you leave. Enjoy your walk around Elutionira. Okay. We're gonna go to the flesh market now. And see if we can get Trevor. Okay, so it's this guy that has the black mask, right? Yep. Warlong's grotesque black mask changes before your eyes, so that it now resembles melting stone. A satisfied and bloodthirsty expression appears on it. So you're looking for gladiators? You've come to the right place. The young cleric resolutely stares into the slaver's eyes. My brother Trevor was abducted by a demon in a black mask. Was that you? Warlong sniffs the air. Well. That face, that scent. Yes, I remember him. He was a strong fighter. Dangerous one. I made good money when I sold him. Where is he now? To whom did you sell him? Answer me, you monster. Don't be so rude, young mortal. Unless you want to meet your death sooner than you expected. I have only one buyer, the Battle Bliss. Do you want to know what became of him? Find out at the arena. In the arena? Socio looks at you stricken. So these beasts made him... Oh, Shellen. We're a cruel mockery. But he's still alive, and that is all that matters. We can't waste time. We must get him out of there before it's too late. Okay, to the Battle Bliss. I wish this portal was inside the Battle Bliss so he didn't have to go through two separate cutscenes. Oh well. What are you gonna do? No. Come back. God damn this place. Alright, back to the Battle Bliss. I think the loading screens are probably the hardest part of this game. At times. That one wasn't too bad. Hey, Zeklix. I'm looking for one particular slave. I suspect he passed through the hands of a slaver wearing a black mask. You've come to the right place. Tell me more about the slave you are looking for. The tiefling listens to your description and then nods. You're in luck. The gladiator you're looking for is still alive. He's even earned a place in the Nahindrian League. We call him the Dire One. However, it won't be easy to arrange a visit. All of the League's members prefer to keep to themselves, but the Dire One is notoriously reclusive. In the arena? Socio looks at you stricken. So these beasts made him... Oh, we've already read that. Okay. That's it? Organize a meeting, find or enter the hinge. Okay, so we have to keep going with the battle bliss stuff. Okay. Are we done if everywhere outside of the upper city? I think so. Because the towers in the upper city that we just unlocked with Zephyrian. And then Woljif's thing was there too. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 10,000 Delights. I think that's the closest place to the elevator going to the upper city. I kind of want to get rid of Socio and bring back Greybor. So we might do that. I just want to talk with you real quick. You're not able to just... I'm not able to bypass that now that you're the leader, right? No. Okay.
Head on!
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the Nexus real quick. Drop off Socio until we get into the Hindrian League. And we'll take Greybor. And we can do Willidus's assassination first. In terms of like the companion quest we'll do. Yeah, 10,000 Delights. It's kind of annoying that we'll have to buff Greybor again. I don't know if we'll have enough buffs for everything for him, but we'll give him what we can. It's heroism and Death Ward. Could be worse. Okay, to the upper city. Here we go. Yeah, we're already getting to the third layer. I want to do some of the Midnight Isles while we're here too, at some point. So I'll have to find a good time for that. I imagine it's probably going to be pretty smooth for the rest of the journey on that one. But I am curious to see like what ending you get in this mode. Windowalk still listens, her attention sharply focused. Then she says confidently, "Savamalik is close. The whispers in my ears are loud as a war drum. They speak of rushing rivers of blood, stomachs ripped open or guts scattered on the rocks. They are calling me to join them and succumb to violence. The temptation is strong." Savamalik? I remember who it is. Don't you think you're being lured into a trap? If that's true, they don't understand what kind of prey they've caught. Let them lure me in. I'll happily walk into their trap. You aren't going to attack the first person you meet now, are you? The temptation is great, Master. Very great. I'd be happy to gut someone, but I should save my strength until I meet Savamalik. We'll look around, find his lair, and pay him a visit. Oh, I've been waiting for this encounter for so long. I want to rip off his tail with my own hands.
I am yours to command.
Let's go ahead and get your quiver going. There we go. Alright.
I lead. You follow.
Which way do we go for this then? What was that? Oh, that's down there. Alright, let's go this way first.
Onwards.
Anything down here? The 10,000 lights. Oh, there was a way in from up here. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Rapture of Rupture. The pillar greets you politely. If you are a promising young talent, you should follow the path to Lady Valexia's manor, the Rapture of Rupture. Okay. Alright, we need to spin the map. And that was it's a crazy city. Really it is. There's a reverse elevator there. Rapture. Lava flows into the fountain through a specially crafted magical portal.
Head on!
I guess we can go in here first. And there's a portal up too. Hold on. I still need to rehearse my role. Oh no, not these guys. From behind a pile of expensive rugs and neatly wrapped boxes with clinking and fragile things inside, you hear a very, very loud whisper. An oddly familiar stage whisper. Grandma, Gretlin, my horn is falling off. Calm down, let me fix it. Alright. Whose foot did I just step on? And whose chest spikes keep catching on my fake tail? Grandma, don't push me. Let me just glue that horn myself. Anyone want some free slaves? A group of mortals who snuck in from Galarian is hiding behind these crates. Alarum, we've been spotted. Makia, read the scroll now. What scroll? The one I gave you to? Or I gave you to use in case of emergency. You haven't been practicing your handwriting on it in case someone asks you for an autograph, have you? Quiet, I have the scroll, I'm reading it now. That's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of fucked up of me, but you know. You are surrounded by the sound of melodious voices that seem to be coming from the stone pillars all around you. Greetings, esteemed guest. Are you here to seek the hospitality of illustrious Lady Velexia? Or are you here on other business? Did I have a quest to talk to her? The entrance to this manor greets you politely. It's far more gracious than the impudent, foul-mouthed door at the 10,000 Delights. What are you? I am both the gate and the gatekeeper. My responsibilities include greeting guests, ascertaining the purpose of their visit, and deciding whether to allow them entry to the manor. Whose manor is this? This manor is called the Rapture Rupture, and it belongs to the incomparable Lady Velexia. She is the shining star of Elutionera and is in its most glorious resident, after the magnificent Lady Nocticula, of course. Who created you? Lady Velexia enchanted me herself and personally entrusted me with my responsibilities. She possesses a wide range of impressive talents. I am just a humble testament to her skill, and cannot compare to the true masterpieces she creates with her beauty or abilities. Can I come in? If you seek the patronage of the illustrious Lady Velexia, I will not stand in your way. If you are here by invitation, esteemed guest, or have brought a gift for the lady, you will be allowed entrance to the Rapture Rupture. So anyone can just walk in. Lady Velexia has nothing to fear. Those who are foolish enough to try to harm her in her own house are quick to realize their mistake. I would like to enter. Welcome to the Rapture Rupture, esteemed sir. Lady Velexia will be notified of your arrival right away. Okay. Who's this for? Is this for somebody? No. I'm probably just gonna get her patronage. Okay. Or try to, anyway. We'll see how it goes. This layout looks awfully familiar, as like a fight broke out here once. In my memories. The demon that comes to greet you has blonde hair and is wearing a modest but elegant dress. She seems surprisingly friendly. Her soft voice and impeccable manners seem out of place in the city, where extreme passions and boundless indulgences prevail over temperance and moderation. A new guest has arrived? How exciting. A mortal from Galarian, if my eyes do not deceive me. What brings you to my manor? This is all very intriguing. Velexia. We have clashed in battle many times. Her claws were always stained with the blood of those she killed on the battlefield. Now she looks different, but I am certain that her true nature remains unchanged. She is still violent and dangerous. You must be on your guard, champion. Does Elutionera's nobility welcome newcomers into their inner circle? It depends on the newcomer, but your power cannot be denied, and as a recognized leader among the nobility of Lucianira, I am more than happy to welcome you into our circle. The fact that you are mortal will certainly cause a stir, of course, but those who take issue with your origins can go on and share their opinions with Armakath. Don't you agree? On the subject, I ought to mention that I have no regrets about his demise or about you taking his place. I found him unbearably dull, and he was always so dreadfully gloomy. Everyone talks a lot about you here in Lucianira. Who are you? She laughs happily. Ah, how refreshingly direct. Well, let me tell you a little about myself. My name is Lady Velexia, but it is common for others to add a few epitaphs before my name, often something like magnificent or illustrious. I hold considerable influence in the upper city. You could even call it my little queendom. I'm the foremost member of the city's elite, and all the aristocrats of Lucianira acknowledge me as their de facto leader. You might be under the misconception that this city is ruled by Shamira, but Shamira is nothing more than a glorified cleaner, entrusted with the responsibilities of tending to the latrines. I, on the other hand, hold sway over the most powerful and influential demons in the city. You see, my dear friend Nocticula allows me to lead the nobility because I look out for her interests. She knows that I am loyal. Unlike most demons, I do not aspire to power beyond what I already possess. I would never stage a coup against Our Lady in Shadow, nor would I ever use my position in society to support anyone else in such a foolish endeavor. I'd like to know you better. I am flattered by your attention, and I find your personality intriguing. You know, I take great interest in promising young talent, and I tend to offer my patronage to gifted artists. Unfortunately, many of them turned out to be frauds, unable to keep me entertained for more than a few seconds. An acquaintance of mine once mentioned that you used to fly naked over Lucianira. They said you wreaked havoc and terrorized the city in every way imaginable. Velexia blushes slightly and hastily brushes off the question. Oh no, that's preposterous. Those are just ridiculous rumors and exaggerated stories. Of course, when I was younger, I may have allowed myself to be a little too exuberant, but still, what a blatant lie. Flying naked, such outrageous nonsense. The demon tries to pretend she is outraged, but a sly, self-satisfied smile plays about her lips. If you know all of the most influential demons in the city, perhaps you've heard of a demon named Willidus? She smirks at you. Indeed, though I wish I hadn't. The pompous dullard never stops boasting about his position as Our Lady in Shadow's main arcanist. And perhaps his magic really is that impressive, but unfortunately the same cannot be said of his character. He is a coward and a bore. He may be tenacious, but he certainly lacks any cunning. I heard that he recently hired some assassins and sent them after Darazin's head, but he wasn't smart enough to hire professionals. Not only did they fail, they also revealed the name of their client. Now everyone knows who ordered the hit job. Such a sad mediocrity. Please choose your words more carefully. I can assure you that if I were free to deal with Darazin on my own terms, he would not have survived, and I certainly would not have chosen to attack him with that pathetic toothpick of a weapon I was given. You're not like the other demons. Why is that? Time. It's a simple answer, but true. I know a lady is never supposed to reveal her age, but suffice it to say that I am far older than the city, and can recall the circumstances in which it was founded. During the ages that have passed, I have had time to play various roles. Perhaps, if the gods of Galarian are generous and bless you with longevity, we will meet again. But if that does not happen, say 1,000 years from now, I will be completely different. As time passes, I grow bored with each new version of myself, and since boredom is my sworn enemy, I have to reinvent myself to escape its grasp. What made you interested in me? Such a remarkable modesty. You are immortal from Galarian, who has somehow ended up here in Lucianira. You went from bravely fighting demons in the World Rune to being granted the favor of Our Lady in Shadows herself. And you wonder why I'm interested in you? How utterly charming. You're very powerful, aren't you? It is true that my name carries a certain degree of prestige here in the Lucianira. My advice, based on millennia of experience, can be truly valuable, and my adventurous life has allowed me to acquire extensive connections, as well as an impressive collection of powerful curiosities. Oh, now really. Just listen to me, talking your ear off like a market seller. The demon laughs at herself good-naturedly. Are you skilled in the magic of enchantments? Yes, that's one of my many talents. A life that spans thousands of years can be a challenge for even the most lively and curious of minds. I am always looking for something new and exciting to do. I have studied many strange subjects. I have particular interest in anything bizarre or unnatural. Why do you like to support young talent? She glances at you coyly and gives you a charming smile. I could have told you that I am driven by pure altruism and the desire to perform good deeds, and you would have thought me the kindest and most noble of demons. But the truth of the matter is that I am easily bored. And by attracting the young and the gifted, I can discover something new every day. They keep me entertained, and to be honest, they add to my prestige. I also like making new friends. And with my help, those friends can become very influential indeed. What happens to those who fail to interest you? She looks at you uncomprehensibly for several moments, then bursts out into a peal of musical laughter. Ah, so you've heard those ridiculous rumors. Don't pay any attention to them. They're all so boring. Whoever invented them has no imagination. I've heard rumors that I kill them, that I keep them in the dungeons, and even, just imagine, that I rape them until they drop dead of exhaustion. It's all an extraordinary load of rubbish. I haven't done anything like that for at least a couple of millennia. Thank you. I seek your patronage. She playfully twists a strand of her perfect hair around her finger and asks in pretend surprise. My patronage? Why would you ever need of that if Our Lady in Shadow has honored you with her special attention? However, a coy smile plays across her lips. How could I resist the opportunity to become more acquainted with the new favorite of Nocticula herself? Oh, and don't bother with titles. Velexia is just fine. And what should I call you? Don't put your trust in her words, champion. Velexia's temper is like the wind that blows across Ishiar. It changes constantly and bodes poorly for us, no matter what direction it turns. You must watch her as vigilantly and skilled as a skilled sailor watches the horizon. You can call me Manarak. Manarak. Velexia rolls your name slowly across her tongue as if tasting the way it sounds. What an unusual name. Certainly not in keeping with the spirit of the Abyss, but I like it. You know, Manarak, I have a proposal for you. Let's pick a place that's nice and romantic. Go on an innocent little date together. It'll be a chance for us to get to know each other more. How about the Battle Bliss? It offers simple, spirited entertainment, and it will be a good place for us to talk in undisturbed. No one will notice us because they'll be too busy watching the fights in the pits. We can have a nice conversation and learn more about one another. I'll be waiting for you at the arena. I hope you'll accept my invitation. I'll be very disappointed if you deny me the pleasure of your company. Who does she think we are? A circus troupe hired to entertain guests at a ball? The effrontery. Call me old-fashioned, but I'd rather think we should go back to the traditional kill-on-sight method of dealing with demons. Oh, now you're acting like a man, Darren. So what? You only start to act like a true warrior when someone gets you really angry? I like you this way. When we're done here, I think we should go into the city where we can slaughter demons until we're satisfied. Then we'll satisfy our other desires. After all, some pleasures are best enjoyed after a good fight. I shudder to think what pleasures you find the most enjoyable after a fight, Marauding. Cutting the ears off of corpses? Dancing on the graves of your enemies? I must admit, I lack the imagination to guess what else could be on that list. No, don't explain. I don't want to know. I have to go. She smiles warmly and bids you farewell. Please don't stay away too long. Come back soon. Alright, so we got a date at the Battle Bliss now.
Onwards.
Oop, loot. Alright guys, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. But, we are going to end the episode here. In the next episode, we'll continue exploring the upper cities until we find some more interesting stuff. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.